Today our topic is the importance of self-sufficiency in Stoicism. Stoicism is an ancient philosophy that teaches us how to live a good life by focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we cannot. One of the key ideas in Stoicism is self-sufficiency, which means being able to rely on yourself for your happiness and well-being. This does not mean you should cut yourself off from others or avoid help when you need it. Instead, it means developing inner strength and independence so that you are not easily shaken by external events or the actions of others. Self-sufficiency is about finding peace and contentment within yourself, rather than depending on things outside of you to make you happy. To understand why self-sufficiency is so important in Stoicism, we need to look at the Stoic view of the world. The Stoics believe that the only thing we truly control is our own mind or thoughts, beliefs, and reactions. Everything else, like other people's opinions, the weather, or whether we get a promotion at work, is outside of our control. If we base our happiness on these external things, we will always be at the mercy of chance and circumstance. However, if we focus on developing our inner world, our character, our values, and our ability to think clearly, we can find a stable and lasting sense of peace. This is the essence of self-sufficiency, building a strong inner foundation that cannot be easily disturbed by the ups and downs of life. Let's think about an example. Imagine you are working hard on a project at work, and you are hoping for a promotion. You do your best, but in the end, your boss gives the promotion to someone else. If your happiness depends on getting that promotion, you will feel disappointed, frustrated, and maybe even angry. But if you focus on what you can control, your effort, your attitude, and your ability to learn from the experience, you can still feel proud of yourself, even if the outcome was not what you wanted. This is self-sufficiency in action. You are not relying on external rewards to feel good about yourself. Instead, you are finding value in your own actions and choices. Self-sufficiency also helps us deal with difficult people and situations. In life, we cannot control how others behave. Some people may be rude, selfish, or unfair. If we let their actions dictate our emotions, we will always be at their mercy. But if we practice self-sufficiency, we can choose how to respond. We can remind ourselves that their behavior is a reflection of their own character, not ours. We can stay calm and focused, even when others are trying to upset us. This does not mean we should ignore injustice or let people walk all over us. It simply means we do not let their actions control our inner peace. We respond with wisdom and strength, rather than reacting with anger or frustration. Another important aspect of self-sufficiency is learning to be content with what we have. In today's world, we are constantly bombarded with messages telling us we need more and more money, more possessions, more success. But the Stoics believe that true happiness comes from appreciating what we already have, rather than always chasing after more. This does not mean we should stop trying to improve our lives or achieve our goals. It simply means we should not tie our happiness to these things. If we can find joy in the present moment and be grateful for what we have, we will be less dependent on external things for our well-being. One of the most famous Stoic philosophers, Epictetus, was born a slave and faced many hardships in his life. Yet he taught that even in the most difficult circumstances, we can find freedom and peace by focusing on our own mind. He said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." This means that true freedom comes from self-sufficiency, from being able to control our thoughts and emotions, rather than being controlled by them. Epictetus also said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." This is a powerful reminder that we do not need a lot of material things to be happy. What we need is a mindset of gratitude and contentment. Another Stoic philosopher, Marcus Aurelius, was a Roman emperor who faced many challenges during his reign, including wars, plagues, and political turmoil. Despite these difficulties, he remained committed to Stoic principles and wrote in his journal, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realizes this, and you will find strength." This quote captures the essence of self-sufficiency. No matter what happens in the outside world, we always have the power to choose how we think and respond. This inner strength is what allows us to face life's challenges with courage and resilience. Self-sufficiency also helps us build better relationships with others. When we are not dependent on others for our happiness, we can approach relationships with a sense of freedom and generosity. We do not need others to validate us or make us feel good about ourselves. Instead, we can focus on giving and connecting, rather than taking and controlling. This creates healthier and more balanced relationships. For example, if we are not relying on our partner to make us happy, we can love them more freely and appreciate them for who they are, rather than what they can do for us. Practicing self-sufficiency is not always easy. It requires us to let go of our attachment to external things and focus on our inner world. It requires us to accept that we cannot control everything and that life will not always go our way. But the rewards are worth it. When we develop self-sufficiency, we gain a sense of inner peace and strength that cannot be easily shaken. We become more resilient in the face of challenges and more appreciative of the good things in our lives. We also become better at handling difficult people and situations because we are not relying on them for our well-being. So how can we practice self-sufficiency in our daily lives? Here are a few practical steps. First, focus on what you can control. Whenever you face a challenge, ask yourself, what is within my power to change? And focus your energy on that. Second, practice gratitude. Take time each day to reflect on the things you are grateful for, no matter how small. This will help you appreciate what you have and reduce your desire for more. Third, develop a strong sense of self. Know your values, your strengths, and your goals. This will help you stay true to yourself, even when others try to influence you. Finally, learn to let go. Accept that there are many things in life you cannot control, and focus on how you can respond with wisdom and grace. Self-sufficiency is not about isolation or selfishness. It is about building a strong and resilient inner self that can handle whatever life throws at you. It is about finding peace and happiness within yourself, rather than relying on external things. By practicing self-sufficiency, you can live a more fulfilling and meaningful life, no matter what challenges you face. Remember, as the Stoics taught, true wealth and freedom come from within. So focus on developing your inner world, and you will find the strength and peace you need to live a good life.